Welcome back, everyone. You know, I go from soup to nuts on this show. And that's what I love about it, is it's all sorts of information for people. My next guests have been on with me once before. I have with me Allison Pettison. I hope I said that right, the founder and CEO of Arizona Provider Training. She also has with her Stephanie Brown, who was also with us last time that they were on. She's the director of operations there. And today you said you wanted to talk a little bit about your CPR training, and I want to welcome you back to the show. First, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you want to talk about today.
Okay, so hi everybody, I'm Stephanie Brown, and I train CPR and first aid and AED with Arizona Provider Training, and I'm also over the trainers, so I also make sure that all of our trainers are still certified and everybody correctly. And so I personally am also a coach for girls cheerleading, and I think that anybody that is out in the community, anybody that works with the community, anybody that volunteers with the community should have this training.
I believe everybody should. There shouldn't be anybody that doesn't.
Yeah, for sure. So everyone should definitely take CPR, AED. If you can add in that basic first aid, it's good. But if you can at least know how to save a life, that's beneficial.
It's pretty important, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about the training and what you do.
So the training that we do is with Health and Safety Institute. So they are a nationally recognized CPR training company. They govern us. So basically they make sure that we make sure we're doing everything right. So we provide that CPR, AED, and also first aid. We also do BLS. So that training is more geared to like medical, nurses, doctors, people in the medical field, but we do offer that as well.
I want to talk about this for a second, because to me, when we talk about people who should take this class, first of all, I want to know how they take it. Do they take it online or do they take it in person? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so we do offer it two different ways. So we have the online training. It's going to be videos, right? You're going to watch those videos. It's self-paced. So if you want to do it in one day, great. If you want to break it up, that works. Once you're done with that online self-paced training, though, you're going to come in and you're going to test out. So we do need to make sure that you have the skill, and we need to go over that with you.
That makes sense. You got to make sure you can do it. Right?
Yes,
It's one thing to
sure.
learn, but you got to make sure you can do it.
Right, you got to make sure you
I can't do it.
Right, we got to make sure you know how to save a life.
Right.
You know, you're going to break some ribs, things are going to happen, but we got to make sure you can save that life.
What website would they go to for that?
So they would go to www.ap.training.
Okay, so it's listen, this is very important because she didn't say the .com, and I know that I'm going to tell everybody that it's ap.training. There is no .com, so it's ap.training. Everybody listen up. First of all, we live here in Arizona, and we have a lot of pools and a lot of time, and it's all year round, especially when your families are coming in town very close to the time that we've got that now. And I have to tell you, everybody wants to jump in the pool, and God forbid, you could literally save a life. Look at somebody could be having a turkey, and God forbid something can happen, and you could save a life. I want to also talk about kids who babysit, right?
Yes.
Babysitters, you should all have it. There's so many people, grandparents, when you're taking care of the grandchildren, there is no reason why, especially here in Arizona, I don't know why they don't make it almost a mandatory thing for everybody to learn, but they don't, but it is your responsibility to do that. And we think that this isn't going to happen, but it happens so frequently here, and it's so sad when it does.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely preventable, right? Like if an emergency happens, an accident happens, by knowing what to do, that prevents anything for it like to be a catastrophe or something even worse. The thing about it is that I would tell people it's every 2 years, right? So you're going to recertify every 2 years. If you don't use it, you do lose it. So you come back in 2 years and then you find out what to do all over again. Sometimes it comes back to you like riding a bike, sometimes it doesn't. But in the moment, when you call 911 and they ask you, hey, have you taken this class? It's going to come back to you. Right? That's why we do it. That's why we train you. That's why you have the test out. And that's why we go over everything, because in that moment, it's going to come back to you.
So the training can be done online?
Yes.
And when you said you could break it up, how long is the course?
So the curriculum course usually takes somebody about 3 hours. It takes about 3 hours. So if you just started it and went all the way through it. If you break it up, some people want to do like 30 minutes a day or an hour a day or whatever, that's perfectly fine, get through the curriculum. And then when you come in, it's a 1 hour test out. It only takes 1 hour to test out with us.
And so this, would you say, is designed for learning?
Yes, absolutely. So it's video driven. Okay, so our trainer is going to facilitate videos. If you choose not to take the online class, you want to just come in for a 2-hour class, it's going to be video driven. So our trainer is going to facilitate all the videos, and then throughout the videos answer any questions you might have, and then after those videos we're going to do the skills test out.
Now you go to ap.training, there's no .com, so ap.training, and you can go ahead and you can take this course and save a life. And I'm going to stress it to everybody who shouldn't take it, really,
Right.
honestly. New parents. Oh my
Absolutely.
God, new parents. I don't know if they even make that anymore a law. I don't know,
Right,
but
right.
they should if they don't.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Like when people have like baby showers, we're like, you should give them the gift of CPR first aid. Like
I
give
agree
them,
with that
give them the gift
1,000%.
and let them come in and get that. We do it on infants, child, and adults. So you get that training on all three.
Let me ask you. So it is different. So it is
Yeah.
different for how you're gonna
Yeah,
save a baby compared to an adult, right?
Yes, you're gonna save a baby, a child, and an adult different ways.
So and a lot of people may even realize this. You did say that if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it.
Yeah.
And so if after 2 years, there might be a person out there that's like, oh my God, I have that. Well, maybe not. You don't know. So can they call and find out, or how do they handle that?
For sure. When you take the class, you are going to get a certificate, and it's going to have that information like when it expires.
Okay.
But if you're like, I can't remember, or I don't know where my cert is, you can always call us. We can look up the information for you and help you out.
That phone number to call is 480-322-1149. ap.training, there's no .com, so ap.training. So it's nationally accredited. This is tell us about that.
Yeah, so nationally accredited, for us it's super important because we do work with the community, but we also do work with individuals that care for people that have a disability, right? So they get paid for the state, and the state requires that it be a nationally accredited governing board of, that's over us. So we are going to definitely make sure, and that's why we're with HSI, the National Health and Safety Institute, because they are accepted by the state. So they're great. It's a great program. We've been using it for years. We've been training thousands of people through HSI, and so so for the community, it's awesome. But also, if you're working, it is approved by the state of Arizona.
You would think that everybody that does do in-home care and things that are caring for people, you would think they all had that. And I know there's something else that I'm just going to bring it up. I hope it's okay.
Yeah.
Because we had talked the last time that you were on, there's a lot of people that care for people that you're not necessarily, you're just a mother, the father, or you're the significant other, a brother, a sister, a family member that is taking care of a loved one. And maybe they're not just old, maybe they're disabled in some way. We talked a little bit about that. And you don't even you don't have this, and you should.
Yeah.
Everybody should know how to save a life. What are your final words for everybody out there?
My final words would be, pick up the phone or go online and get into a class. Take it online. It's super easy, 1 hour test out. Everyone should be able to save a life.
Maybe it's you or someone that you know. You can tell them about this, because especially if you've got kids that are babysitting.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, folks, they can make more money. I said it. If you've got that, you could that requires that you could say that to them, and that, you know what, you should make more money for that.
Yeah, if you're always looking for a birthday present or Christmas present, hey, give a present that they can use, in
save
their
a
real
life.
life. Yeah.
There's nothing like it. Again, make sure that you go to the website. You can take the training right there, and you can break it up if you want or not. And then, of course, you got to go in person and then do the testing. It's ap.training, and there's no .com. Again, ap.training.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you want me to cut it off, or do you want to keep going?
What do you
We're
mean?
just going to keep going.
Yeah,
We're not
we're
gonna
like, I'm
question
not
that
sure.
right now.
I want to talk about her shirt. I didn't wear it.
Okay.
So
You wanna
maybe
bring
we
it
could
through?
do that first and then talk about
We'll
mental
just
health first
stay
aid?
there then, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me see your shirt.
Oh yeah, we have a hat. I can give you a hat, and I have a shirt if you'd rather have a shirt. But it's State 48 with us.
Oh,
with
yes,
collab.
okay, okay,
Hat,
okay.
shirt better?
Yeah, no, either way, it doesn't
Either way,
matter.
okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
think we
great.
wore them last time too.
I don't
We
remember, I
did.
thought you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I
we
think
didn't have it all set
because
up
I'd said to you.
last
Okay.
time. But we are ready to sell them now.
Okay,
I'll
So
talk
this
about
is
the
done.
shirt, but you
Yeah.
talk about the Shopify. I don't remember like the whole. Is it
Oh,
Shopify.com?
it's shop. No,
Jeez.
it's just, I would
Did you
just
say
say it's on
AP
our
does, right?
It's
Yeah.
on our website. AP.training.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because I was
You
like,
can buy the shirts and the hats on our website.
Okay.
There's a banner. You can't miss it.
so we're gonna talk about the hats first, I mean, the hats and shirts, but this is
Okay.
your shirt.
Yeah, it's a
and
State
then
48.
transitioning into another class we offer, which is mental health first aid.
And this mental, health
First aid.
first aid,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that we'll talk about, but first I'm gonna talk about.
And it's kind of similar to CPR, first aid.
Mhm.
It's just
Sure.
an 8-hour class.
Okay, well, we can talk about what the difference is on that.
Yeah, hugely different. I mean,
Mhm.
especially because we just left.
But aren't you
suicide
glad you
awareness.
did the 30?
Yeah, definitely.
It goes super fast.
Super fast.
Yeah. Yeah. So the mental health first aid is really going to tie into like suicide awareness, bullying. Like we talk about those type of things.
Well, there's
Okay.
3 different classes that we offer. So one is for adults, one is for people who work with kids, and the other is actually for kids.
Yes.
Yeah. And they have different, different things we talk about,
Completely.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll give you some information and then talk about how long it is. Like it's a 2-hour online and then.
So, and when we're done, I wanna talk to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So the mental health, when he's doing it, he could use that for social media too.
Yeah.
Because remember, we're looking
Yeah.
for the mental health
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure.
Here we go. So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Allison Pedersen, and she's the founder and CEO of Arizona Provider Training, and she also has with her Stephanie Brown, who's the Director of Operations. We were talking about their CPR class. Please go up on the website. Everybody should take one, and we're gonna move on to something else about. We just want to talk about, first of all, the shirt that Stephanie is wearing here today, and we wanted to talk about this. What are you wearing?
Yeah, so we did a collaboration with State 48. So it says State 48, and then it has our logo and then our name on it. And we have them for sale. So if you go to ap.training, on our website, it has a big banner. You can buy a woman's shirt, a man's shirt. You can get a hat. We have baseball hats as well, all with the logo State 48 and us. So, and the big part about this is every sale, $10, goes to the Epilepsy Foundation. So every shirt you buy, they're gonna get that $10. So it's not only a great shirt to wear, but it's a great cause.
Yeah, so, and boy, oh boy, everybody knows that that is something that people that when they suffer from that, it's a
Yeah.
terrible thing.
Right.
So $10 of every shirt or hat that is sold is going to the Epilepsy Foundation.
Yes.
Now you go to the website, it's ap.training, there's no .com, so ap.training, go up there and support that cause, number one,
Yeah.
but also learn about the training
Yeah.
and also the CPR classes, please, but also something that we're gonna talk about, very important and near to you right now. So let's talk about a little bit about what we're gonna talk about. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I can't get it out, you go ahead.
Okay. So another class that we teach is called Mental Health First Aid. And there are 3 different programs within this organization. And like CPR, like HSI, the Health and Safety Institute, this program is governed by Mental Health First Aid It's a nonprofit. And so we teach classes to adults, also to people who work with kids, so teachers, counselors, coaches, and then we also have a program specifically for youth, so to actually teach kids how to recognize a mental health first aid emergency. Yeah, so the way it works is it's an 8-hour course, and so 2 hours of it is online through Mental Health First Aid, so they watch videos. And then the other 6 hours, if we do it with kids, we do it in person. The other 6 hours can either be in person or it can be on Zoom. And because we teach people from all over, we usually do the adult, with
Zoom.
adults we do the Zoom. But we do these classes in schools, with teachers or with kids. Also, some of the main companies who have utilized this program within their workplace, Delta Airlines has put this program into place, IKEA, Kate Spade, the whole Ford company has done this, offered this training.
I gotta ask, I've
Yeah.
got some questions, I wish we
Okay.
had more time, but I gotta ask you. How important is it for people to understand what, this is, how they can see the problems coming up before and how to handle it? How
Yeah.
important is that?
It's super important, and I think a lot of people, they just don't know what to do. They see it, but they don't know how to help.
Yeah.
And so some of the topics that are covered in these courses include depression, mood disorders, anxiety disorders, trauma, and substance abuse. And so we teach a 5-step action plan in this course, no matter if it's for adults or kids or people who work with kids, that is super easy to remember, and it's an acronym.
I wanna talk about this, so I wanna make it very clear that it's not just businesses, anybody who is dealing with somebody or knows somebody with a mental disorder, if I said it that right, or correctly, I don't know how to say that.
A mental
Disability,
health challenge. Yeah, because it's not, it could be, temporary. But we do know that 50% of all mental illness starts before the age of 14.
Yes.
So we really love working with teachers and counselors, people in the schools who have that direct contact with kids, coaches who are working with kids every day. And so to be able to equip those adults who are working with kids to recognize, also to equip kids. I mean, kids see things in other kids that concern them, and so we teach what to do through this acronym. It's called ALGE.
Okay.
And so that way they can remember it easily and
What does
know.
it stand for? Let's say.
So I'm not remembering it off the top of my
Okay, it's
head.
okay, it's okay.
Let me see if I have it.
It's okay,
So,
but I
yeah.
wanna talk about the people, like, when you think about children, who, I bet you they're better at recognizing things better than the adults. Do you ever find it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And sometimes kids will be more comfortable, disclosing something to another kid rather than, an adult.
Absolutely, oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And let's talk about the program, it's 9 hours, it's way longer than the other one.
It's 8 hours.
Oh, I'm
So,
sorry, 8
Yeah,
hours.
so part of it is gonna be online, but we can do, like, when we work with kids, we do the whole thing with kids, so in person. But typically for companies that want to equip their workers, employees, we have them do part of it online, and then we do the Zoom to where it's very interactive. So you're not just sitting there listening, it's extremely interactive and pretty emotional.
Very, yeah.
Yeah, it's by the time we're done teaching it, we are wiped out.
Yeah, for sure.
But we found it to be super impactful And we have had people come back and tell us, you know, I was able to help someone because of the information. Same with CPR. We have people tell us that all the time.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I was
sure.
able, you know, to
The stories, oh my
stories.
gosh.
Yeah, lots of
Yeah.
stories.
Anybody that's ever saved somebody's life, that's an unforgettable thing, and I'm sure you're thankful to be able to do that, and obviously the person that you saved as well. Do you want to
Yeah.
go over some of the topics that you cover?
Yeah, so I think I did
But I
already.
want you-
so
okay.
yeah, so okay, so the 5-step action plan helps someone through could help them through a panic attack. That's one thing that we go over. Engaging with someone who may be suicidal, assisting with someone who has overdosed.
Yeah.
An important component is the opportunity to practice the intervention strategy rather than just learn about it. So the simple experience can make it easier to actually apply the knowledge in a real life situation.
And you also said substance abuse too,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and there's a lot of families that we have, a lot of families that have somebody in their family that deals with that, and I'm sure that must be a wonderful thing, because now you can find out, how do we handle this, and God forbid
Yes.
something is happening, now you know
Yeah.
what to do.
Yes, and it is all evidence based. So mental health literacy, just helping educate the public, understanding and responding to the signs of mental illness or substance abuse is what the class is about. How to respond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what, when we're dealing with mental, people that are dealing with this, it seems like more and more every day that
Yeah.
comes out, and it's young, it's not just adults, it's children as well.
Oh,
You
for
said
sure.
it
Yeah.
starts as early as 14 years old.
Yeah.
So teachers, listen up, teachers, school staff,
Yeah.
coaches,
Oh.
camp counselors,
Yeah.
youth group leaders, parents,
Yeah.
obviously the children too that are living in this households,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And again, it's almost everyone, adults who work with youth. This is something, it's so wonderful that you are offering these things. And I know you also have a podcast too.
Yeah.
And I want you to talk about that real quickly. Do you talk
Yeah.
about that there?
We have, so yeah, we will. We just actually had on the chief of police in Goodyear, who talked about the Blue Envelope program, which is designed for individuals who are diagnosed with autism to put all of their information in one place. Doesn't have to do with mental health first aid, but we will be talking about some of the information that we talk about in class. We're going to talk about on the podcast as well.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, we have a lot of different topics that we cover.
Educating
Yes.
people
Yes,
on
for sure.
not only about it,
Advocacy, yeah,
but also to know
Mhm.
what to do,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
to see, the signs, and what to know what to do when, God forbid, something does happen. This course is an 8-hour course,
Yes.
and of course, they can also do that online and break that up, but also some of it is done in person too?
yeah, we can do it in person. So part of it is online, and then it's either on Zoom or in person.
Okay.
I was also gonna say another statistic, just quickly, 1 in 5 teens and young adults lives with a mental health condition. 1 in 5.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
and we
it's
know this.
huge.
I think people more and more, did you want to say anything?
I was just gonna say it's huge, and right now we're in the month of October, which is Bully Awareness Month. So right now for 2024, it's unapologetically kind, and that's the one thing that we have to remember is these young people are dealing with a lot of different things, and a lot of it does happen because of bullying. The
Aw.
bullying is, everywhere now. You have the social bullying, right? All on the phones and social media. So these are things that you definitely want to be able to help them with.
It gets worse and worse every single day,
Yeah.
but you know what? You can learn and you can find out right up on their website.
Education
It's
is the key.
p.training, there's no .com. Again, go up there and learn. It is all about educating and educating yourself and your families and the loved ones. Again, it's ap.training. Don't forget there's no .com.